97.9 The Cat, the motherfucking #1 radio station.
Chemical trails? Like there's chemicals that come out of those planes? And
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was legit
I'm
just
assuming that's what it is. I don't really fucking know.
Earl,
He's got the evidence.
He's got the evidence for chemtrail. The evidence is right there, y'all.
You said I have all these clues. like what clues? My gut.
It's like a feeling, kind of. And it's always right. You know what I just sing as a Mormon girl? Follow the prophet. It's literally like that. It's like literal brainwash song.
I just learned about that one about a couple weeks ago.
Just with the lines. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet.
I'm gonna bust open some snacks.
Follow the prophet. Don't go astray. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet. He knows the way. Always he.
But yeah,
She probably did it.
Well-informed decision, Earl. Well-informed.
No,
you really
because,
know the facts,
listen,
don't you? You just jumped on that train.
I made an assumption because you said she had the facts. They said they had facts.
I'm like, wasn't she in Italy? Or I was like, she did it. She fucking did it. I can sniff him out. Let's go. Okay. Well, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Here we are.
Dude, this
new
couch
background, new environment.
I like this couch. It's comfy.
It's comfy, right?
They're very comfortable. Very.
Introduce.
Who's this motherfucker talking?
Oh my gosh.
So, this is our friend Michael. Introduce yourself.
Nice. My name's Michael. Live here in San Antonio. Work at a grocery store. Common, I think, for some people.
Yeah.
What are your passions? What do you like to do in your free time?
On my free time, I do collect a lot of vinyl, a lot of records.
Okay.
Cool.
And cassettes and CDs.
Okay.
What's your favorite vinyl that you own?
Chaperone.
Okay.
You know, I've never heard her music. I'm aware of her as an artist. I know who she is. I just haven't listened to her music.
That is a sin.
It is a crime.
There goes your cigarettes, dude.
Oh.
Damn it.
Okay,
it's okay. Just
Yeah.
make sure none of that falls into the pool.
You might want to grab your cigarettes so the wind takes it away.
I'll get it.
It'll get wet in the thing. So yeah, this is number 12. We had a guy that wanted to be on this one specifically. He was like, I want to be on 12 only. We're like, no, dude, that's not how that works.
Yeah, it was a bit demanding, I would say, to kind of be like, only episode 12.
This video is unofficially sponsored by Monster. Oh, you have a Monster too. Usually you have another brand.
Wow.
Cheers.
Wow.
Dog
Cheers.
will hunt.
Monster, dog will hunt. That's our slogan that we came up with for Monster. So
Nice.
if you're listening, please sponsor us.
Nice.
Please.
Well, they will sponsor at some point, you know. You're getting everybody on the Monster train.
Once we hit 1,000 subscribers in like 10 years.
We'll get, the tortoise
It
and
could
the
be
hare.
10 years. It could be tomorrow.
Tortoise wins the race.
It could be tomorrow. We could have an influx of subscribers overnight.
Yeah.
Like that Michael
you could
dude.
bring in a bunch of people.
You never know.
You could bring in your church.
I don't even go to church.
You don't go to church anymore?
No.
Oh, you stopped going? Oh,
I
shit.
stopped going a long time ago.
So why do you stop going? Please indulge the audience.
Oh, nice.
Indulge us.
Yeah, let us tell your story.
They're not very accepting kind of people at church. And raised Pentecostal, not we're the crazy people, the ones that you see that all the falls and everything and all the words you don't know what we're saying. We're those people.
Okay.
We are those people.
Okay.
But they're not accepting and political views and different views, not the same. So
Yeah, and I think I had my own struggle with that with my religion.
Yeah.
Which I've talked about before, but I think a lot of people are starting to leave because of how unaccepting it is. A lot of people.
And I'm glad they have a term for it now, you know. I'm glad they have a term. I'm glad they have people in different religious sects that have left, and they have content for those people, which is great. You know?
There's a lot of stuff out there for people who are kind of deconstructing is what they call it, like religion.
Oh, yeah.
The indoctrination and all of that. And there's kind of a lot more at your fingertips in terms of like going through that process in a healthy way, it can be hard.
Oh, and I like it. It's easier now on there.
I got a question.
What's your question?
So would you say you're still like religious, like you still believe in God or a God?
I believe in a God. Like,
Okay.
I still think Jesus is cool. But
Okay.
outside of that, I'm like,
You're just not going to church anymore?
Oh, no.
Okay. I see what you're
I'm not paying money to a system.
I thought you like dropped religion as a whole.
Oh,
I'm kind of more, I'm in the agnostic camp. I was a little bit hard. I went a little hard atheist.
nice.
And I kind of scaled it back. I was like, you know what?
Okay.
I want to leave room for maybe.
It's okay.
I'm straight up atheist. I don't believe in a single God of any kind.
Yeah. And I
That's
mean,
fair.
Can I have your-
agnostic
can you have
atheist is the
Your
thing.
ashtray. Your cup.
Wait, there's
um,
agnostic atheist?
Yeah, it really, so
Like,
agnosticism deals
Right.
with belief.
right.
Theism deals with, atheism deals with knowledge. And
Mm-hmm.
so you can believe that there is no God and know there is no God, or you can not know. There's some sort of chart. I'm getting lost in the sauce. but
Look, in my brain, I'm thinking there's a chart right here. It's like theism.
I'm like, you guys, let me just explain this real quick because you don't know. And then I totally didn't know what I was talking
From
about.
my understanding,
Look at the chart.
From my understanding, and I could be totally wrong, I've always thought that the thing was agnostic is like they leave it open for maybe, they don't know, but atheism is like no. There's
Yeah,
there's
and
no
that's
God.
what most, I think when it comes to language, when something is, everyone kind of associates it as that, it kind of
Oh, yeah.
is that, you know. So technically,
I'm in the camp of there's nothing out there as far as like God and stuff.
I respect that, you know.
Cool. That's pretty chill.
I believe in those other life forms and shit, obviously, but yeah,
Well,
I don't
hopefully
believe
on Mars. Hopefully on Mars.
I don't
I'm
believe that
hoping.
there's like this ultimate creator who runs the show. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I either think there's no creator or there's a creator who kind of just made us and was like, okay, bye, left. It's like,
Deuces, I'm out.
he's not like loving the shit out of us and knows every hair on our head. He's
Just
probably
like-
just like, oops, what did I do?
Just like my daddy, man, made me left.
That's
He went to go get milk,
what
guys.
daddies do.
He's like,
you
I'm
know?
gonna get some Taco Bell because I know you're hungry. He never came back. That's all right.
It's okay.
That's actually not true. People don't think I'm some abandoned kid.
You're a bandit?
No, I wasn't
What?
abandoned.
Oh, man.
Well, let's not get into that. But anyway, so that's kind of interesting to hear you stop going to church. Because didn't you at one point your sexuality was an issue too?
It was with
Okay,
them, yeah.
okay.
Because I was actually going to get a job at the church.
Okay.
And then I decided not. So
Which doesn't make sense because if I act the same way as and you just found out I'm bi or whatever, why does it matter? You know?
Right.
But all of a sudden it's like, oh no, can't have this.
Yeah, they were
guy.
like, oh, you can have your viewpoint on the side. I'm
Yeah, like
I'm
you can't be
okay.
public about it.
Yeah. No.
That's no good. It's like, be who you are, but just like hide it. Though.
Yeah, and then
But
one
just, we
post
don't wanna
really,
see it.
yeah.
But it's fine. Just
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, religion is a tough one. I mean, I know it's hard because it demands a lot of respect,
Oh, of course it does.
and I think people get really up in arms, and that's fine. I know it's deeply held beliefs. There's a lot of culture that comes out of religion. There's a lot of culture that's involved in spirituality and all
Oh,
these
yeah.
things. But at the end of the day, like, you can't just brainwash, indoctrinate, and hurt people, and then I can't say anything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Correct.
you can't be doing that, yeah. I think we should just let people believe what they want to believe and find their way to whatever, you know?
That'll never happen because this world is people, especially in America.
Oh, you're not wrong.
If you don't follow the path of the Bible, you don't believe in God, you're kind of not a good person, or not a
Well,
good person. But
yeah.
they look at you like, how can you not?
That's the thing I think is kind of funny is like...
I just don't.
A lot of people in the U.S., it's like, you either believe in Jesus or you don't.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, and they don't care what form of Jesus you believe, as long as it's the Bible and Jesus.
As long as it's Jesus, yeah.
Well, there's some that are on the fence. They don't know.
There is, but like, I mean, to get anywhere in this country, it's like, oh, you believe in Jesus? Yeah.
It's
Okay,
getting
cool.
better though. It's getting better as far as like, oh, you don't believe in God? That's cool. But
I'm glad
atheism
it is.
becoming
glad it
actually
is.
a lot more common, so much so that they did a study. I saw an article
wow.
for a study, so look this up, fact check me, but
Put it in the comments.
yeah, leave your opinion in the comments, you guys.
talk all this shit.
But it was saying that children raised in atheistic households without religion or a non-religion household
Oh, yeah.
are having better kind of results in terms of mental health and like
I bet you they are,
well-being.
because
You know
they're not
why?
forced to. They're not forced to believe in some deity.
You're allowed to think for yourself.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You
they
know?
said also they're more grounded in reality in terms of like Santa and the Easter Bunny and all of that stuff, and they just tend to have more of a grasp on like things like that.
Gotcha.
Makes sense, yeah. Because like when I was in I used to be religious, and I feel like you're part of the cult, and you feel like if I don't believe this or I stop believing it, like bad things are gonna happen to me. Yes.
No, that was I had severe OCD.
Oh no.
It used to take me a long time to get to bed at night because I had to do all of my I had to read my scriptures and I had to pray, and my prayer had to be specific and right, and I felt like if I did it wrong, there's just a lot of anxiety.
Were you afraid that Joseph Smith was going to come after you?
In your dreams, he's like Freddy Krueger.
Every day.
He's like Freddy Krueger.
Don't get me started on Mr. Joseph Smith.
He's going to come knocking.
I like him.
He's going to come knocking on your door.
Like, I'm not 14. Go find someone else.
Which is crazy that there's a lot of the like child molestation in like these religious things.
There's a lot.
It's crazy.
And the sad thing is, like, Mormons practice polygamy, or they used to.
You know what? They need to stand on that. They either practice it or don't.
Are you talking about like with multiple wives and shit?
Yeah, because that's
at the beginning of the church, it was very like Joseph Smith would essentially tell women who to marry, and a lot of times it was himself. It was me.
Of course it was.
God said, "You need to marry me."
I had a vision.
Little 14-year-old girl,
which is
and it's
crazy.
Like, geez.
Hi, my name's Michael. I'm single, work on a farm, and I have a lot to offer. Would you like this final flower? It could be all yours.
I had a vision. I looked into the hat,
But my thing is too that you're so brainwashed as a parent that you allow your kid, like, oh yeah, this is right. Go ahead, go with this grown man.
What I don't understand, because a lot of people I've talked to who are now ex-Mormon women said they left after they had daughters because of how sexist it was, and they didn't see it until they had daughters, and they were like, I'm not raising my girl in this.
I used to watch that show, Escaping Polygamy.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Great show.
How
but
they
have
that.
a podcast now. One of them has a podcast. One of them has a podcast.
I gotta listen to that.
You should get on there. Be on there and be on that.
To be fair, different sect of Mormonism, but yeah.
People are like, no one asked you to marry them. You weren't part of polygamy. You never got asked.
Actually, we were mainline.
I'm like, listen, that's not the point. Okay.
Right.
The point is they knew better because I was tough.
They knew better than to ask me.
I could imagine being told who to marry. Oh God.
That's the thing. This is what makes me a little bit crazy. Is I think back and I'm like, if Gordon B. Hinckley had looked at me, came to my ward and said, "You need to marry that Mr. Whatever over there," I would have said, "Okay."
That's a funny name,
wow.
Hinckley.
He, no matter if he was 80 or 25, I would have said, if that's what God wants me to do, and that's scary.
Yeah,
right.
That is scary.
Yeah, no one should be telling other people who to marry, who to be with,
Especially if you're a teenager and you're
trying to figure it out as a teen, anyways.
Because like, what happens when that person grows up and they're like curious about the outside world?
That's the thing too.
There is no outside world when you're locked
they
in.
Almost debilitate you in a way where you cannot function in the outside world, so that you can't leave.
So they're basically like North Korea, right? That's the one that's like run by that one guy.
Yes.
I always for some reason get confused.
I was like, you still getting confused? Because you're not the only one. I talked to a bunch of people. They're always like, Korea, it's really bad over there. I'm like, which one?
Yeah.
Like,
which one? Yeah, you gotta be specific.
My thing is like when people go over there, they want to go on a trip. Why? Why do you want to go to North Korea? Because if you do one thing wrong, or you look like you're doing something wrong, or you give a wrong look, you're dead. They're gonna imprison you. Like that one guy that they supposedly did that. I forgot what he did, but they put him in prison. When he got him back, he was like a shell of himself.
Oh, the one who just took a sign.
So apparently he didn't take it.
That's all he did.
He did something,
took a sign or something.
But apparently
like that,
he was framed and like when he was only in prison over there for a year. When he got back, he was like crippled. Well,
have y'all seen that show Locked Up Abroad?
No.
Can you imagine going on vacation, getting locked up, and not being able to go home?
Oh no.
You're in a foreign country with different laws.
Right.
But like you did something wrong though, right? You broke a law?
Well, depending.
If you broke a law, that's on you.
You know Amanda Knox?
No.
Do you remember that case?
Oh,
no.
Amanda Knox, who didn't do the thing, but did the thing, didn't do the thing.
Which was it, Michael?
I think she did it.
I never landed. I never landed anywhere with it. I was like, I'm not sure.
I think she did it.
You think she did it?
I think she did.
Her behavior was weird.
What was her
weirdo behavior?
Her killing her own child, right?
her roommate on the study, wasn't it study abroad?
Her
Yes,
roommate?
in Italy.
In Italy,
In
her roommate
Italy.
died, was murdered or something, and she was like, "Oh, I wasn't there. I had left to go see my boy."
But there was all these evidence.
There was all this evidence that she was. It was weird.
She
There was
probably did
things
it.
weren't connecting, and it was like, was it some sort of like sex party that went wrong? It was like weird.
And then they had a whole. Then I think she was like with someone too that night.
She had a boyfriend.
That's what they were saying.
And then there
yeah.
was like a bartender or something.
I
Anyways,
couldn't remember, but yeah.
She probably did it. I mean,
well-informed decision, Earl. Well-informed.
No,
you really
because,
know the facts,
listen,
don't you?
it-
You just jumped on that train so fast.
I made an assumption because you said she had the facts. They said they had facts.
I'm like, wasn't she in Italy? Or I was like, she did it. She fucking did it. I can sniff him out.
Because
Carol Baskin.
Michael said that they had evidence, and I'm like, well, there you go. She did it.
Earl's like, wait, did you say evidence? Oh, fuck, she's guilty. Hope you're not on a jury one day. Jury duty, Earl. Jesus.
That's why I don't do jury duty, because I've
The defense counsel is like, so the evidence. Earl's like, oh. He did it, guys. You guys, they have evidence. It's
You're
clear
wasting my
as
goddamn
day.
time.
and I'm
He did
basing it off more times than not they did murder the roommate. I don't really know, honestly. I'll watch it myself,
She
and
did
I'll
it.
make a legit.
She did it.
I'd be a terrible judge. Who's like, well, regardless of what they say, my take is that you're guilty as fuck.
The defendant's like, your judge, your honor. There's but the evidence. Oh shit. Innocent.
Like, my thing is,
He has evidence, you guys. You didn't tell me that in the pre-trial brief that you wrote.
I wish I would have known there's evidence.
Only I had known.
God damn it. It must have slipped my mind, but
If it wasn't for the evidence, we wouldn't have found the guy.
in all honesty, I could never do jury duty. The times that I've went, I've told them I'm not going to tell you guilty or not guilty. I don't know that person. I don't know.
You're the one that causes a mistrial. You're like, guys, I can't decide.
He's like,
They're like,
I got to get to know the guy
Earl, we
first.
have him on camera committing the. You're like, I don't know that guy.
We have evidence. We have
And they're
evidence.
like, but look at the evidence. Okay, guilty. You got me.
But,
Guilty.
like, obviously, they had evidence, and yeah, they're guilty. But like, if they based off facts and assumptions, I don't know if I could tell someone.
Oh, facts and
So
assumptions.
let me see. Let me get this straight. You can't be on a jury because you don't know the guy. But Amanda Knox, you were ready to just jump. You were ready to just commit to that, dude.
Amanda,
I
you're
never
watching.
said that. I never
Guilty.
said.
She's guilty. Oh,
I never
guilty,
said that
Italy?
was my final verdict. I just shouted out what came to mind.
Did you say Italy? Guilty.
What part? Yeah, not a good part to be in, lady.
Florence, Italy.
What's a Florence?
You blew smoke.
No,
I
I
know
don't
she
know.
said that.
It's like, is there a Florence, Italy, actually?
She had pizza.
From Sicily?
Lock her ass up.
Oh, girl.
She's
Get
like,
those criminals off the street.
but like sometimes it sucks too on the other side of the coin where you're just a nervous person, and so like when they're asking you questions, you come off as if you're.
That's what I wonder.
You know?
Imagine being like questioned for hours. Eventually, I'd be like, I did it.
Dude,
Give me some
not
food,
wrong.
dude.
There's a thing about that where they fucking mindfuck
They
you.
psychologically
Yeah,
break
until
you
you
down.
They
admit
do.
to something
They
you
have
did
to,
not do.
yeah.
You're like, I fucking murdered my father.
You're just sitting there. They like starved you for like days. You're like dehydrated, and you're like, I guess I did it. I think. And they're like, confession.
They get you. They
confess
get.
to it.
They get all the way to your subconscious to think you actually did do it, and then you're like, wait. And then when you,
I guess Jesus doesn't love all the little children because I'm dying.
They like gaslight you and
Yeah,
like
they do.
like torment you, and then finally you're like, okay, yeah.
I mean, that's how you have a lot of people in prison these days.
It's sad. The prison system. Don't get me started.
That
Yeah.
and plus the way they're committed is kind of fucked up. You know
Wait, what?
how they're committed. Like, oh, you're guilty sometimes, and there's not 100%.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's
But they're like,
reasonable,
whoa.
reasonable doubt is the highest standard of law. It's the highest
Yeah, without a reasonable
standard
doubt.
of law. I went to law school,
She actually
for the
did.
reasonable standards.
She actually went to law school. That's not
and
a
that's
joke.
the one thing I remember. So it's the higher standard of law. So it's like it is a pretty high standard, but it's meant
Yeah.
to be that way
You know what
because and obviously still things can happen. Like it's not a guarantee. It's not like
Right.
everyone sitting on death row deserves it.
You know what
know?
my law? You know what my law is? You're a piece of shit human. You probably committed the crime. I'm playing. I'm playing around. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. I didn't mean that.
You go to jail.
Your ass is gonna go sit in some cell for a couple years.
He saw the evidence, guys. He saw the evidence.
Michael's like, but I was at work. I had proof. Nah, that was a doppelganger. That wasn't you.
I have evidence, so you should probably be in jail right now because of the evidence. I went to law school.
Someone's like, oh my God, Dad, it wasn't me. It was like my mom, my twin.
Oh my God, Your Honor. Like, they did it, I think. I have like all these clues that point to the sign that they did
Becky's fault
it.
the whole time.
You said I have all these clues. like what clues? My gut.
It's like a feeling, kind of. And it's always right.
My
Well,
gut.
if
You
you
gotta
see the
trust
clue,
me.
you find the paw print, and it's the right clue, guys.
Like
There was a literal blue paw print on this piece of paper.
Yep.
like my
I
dog was
found 3
acting
clues,
weird.
and I found it real quick.
Cause like, if my dog was acting differently than normal, something's wrong. They're guilty.
Yep.
What if they were like, all right,
Like,
we find
Your
the
Honor.
defendant on all 3 counts guilty.
We should do a judge show where you're
We
the
should.
judge, you're the judge, and we have different cases. Let's do that.
We should do a parody of that. That'd be great.
Can I be the lawyer?
You'd be the lawyer, yeah.
Your Honor, I call the court here today to discuss
Can
my
I be smoking
client.
while you're talking? I'm like, hurry the fuck up. Let's wrap it
Like,
up.
Hold on.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Film yourself.
I'm eating combos. Is that funny?
Give it the 1-2 combo, monster combos.
That's so good. So, have you ever noticed that the sky is blue sometimes and there's chemtrails in the sky?
No, I like.
You know what? I didn't know what that was called until today.
Chemtrails?
Yes, I didn't know
Apparently
until literally
apparently
like
it's government.
4 hours ago.
It's a way of the government changing our mood and shit.
And I was
apparently.
watching the podcast earlier, and
Yeah.
that's
It's fake.
Yeah.
It's fake clouds.
How do you know?
How do
How do
I
you know,
know? Because
Mary?
of the evidence.
You don't know, man. You don't see out there. Just thanks.
I legit was watching a podcast called "I Never Liked You,"
Oh,
and they were
shit.
talking about chemtrails.
I had a friend that believed in that shit. He was nuts.
People go
What?
crazy. They're
Yeah,
like,
he was like,
yeah, the government did that.
like I woke up feeling weird, man. It's those chemtrails. Like they wanted me to feel a certain way, so they poisoned me with their fucking chemtrails.
See, who came up with the term chemtrails?
Chemical trails? Like there's chemicals that come out of those planes. And
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was legit.
I'm
just
assuming that's what it is. I don't really fucking know.
Earl,
He's got the evidence.
Earl,
He's
he's
got
got the evidence for chemtrail. The evidence is right there, y'all. Judge, Your Honor, what is your ruling?
Look, you made it believable, so I was like, I'll pull on
But
board.
I'm assuming that's what it stands
like
for.
this, like all snotty, like chemical trail. It stands for chemical trails.
It's on the label, guys.
Dude,
It's
I'm
on
like,
the label.
I'm pretty positive that's what it stands for.
Oh my God.
I'm not saying I'm right, but I don't know.
Amanda Knox is controlling the chemical trails, you guys.
Holy shit! Can you imagine?
Heard it here first.
That's why,
Earl's got the evidence for this.
dude. Speaking of like women and shit, did you see that girl? That story where she went up to that hotel and they found her in a water tank.
Yes.
I was like, cause she like disappeared, but no one knows how she got there.
Weird or something.
I did not hear about this one.
Okay, so there was this hotel. I forgot where it was, but they seen it. They have footage of this lady getting on an elevator, going up, coming out, and looking like really like freaking out or something, acting weird, and they couldn't find her body, and then somehow they wound up in a water tank on top of the hotel.
And it like the camera, like it didn't
Yeah.
add up. If something was weird, and she
Yeah.
got into the elevator, and she was like, her behavior was really
yeah,
bizarre.
she was like freaking
wow.
out.
It wasn't even like she was freaking. It was just like bizarre.
And no one knows like what to make of it. They're like, we don't know. She might have had a mental breakdown, but how the fuck did she get up in that water tower inside of it? Because I
That's
guess
weird. Yeah.
Because like one day they said that someone in the hotel was getting some water and they started turning brown and stuff,
Oh,
and so they
That's not.
yeah.
Good. They're like, we don't know how long she's
brown
been-
water, you know.
And so they were like, they went to go check, and I guess they found her body, and they don't know how long it was in there for either.
Oh,
Do
dang.
y'all remember that? Wasn't there someone that like died at their desk at Wells Fargo for 4 days?
It was it Wells Fargo?
No one found her for
It was
4
Wells
days
Fargo?
or something. I think it was Wells Fargo.
Everybody else
It
was
was in
working
Phoenix.
too.
Yes.
It was in Phoenix.
Like they were
She
working.
was at her desk.
Yes,
She died at her
on a
desk.
Friday. They didn't realize until Tuesday.
Oh, so they were off.
Well, they were off the weekend.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you? But that
For
makes
a few
sense.
days, no one had even gone.
But yeah,
there
like,
That's kind of sad.
It is
Like,
sad, but you come back Monday, you would at least know.
Oh, so
someone.
they went back and didn't notice her. That's shitty.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not notice a worker? Like, hey,
That
are
is
you going to lunch?
so dystopian to me.
It is.
I mean, that's just like, why don't you?
Maybe
just
they
let her
wanted her
work at home?
dead. So they were like,
Earl with another hot take.
maybe they were like, man, this bitch is dead. Who
Like, yeah,
cares?
did you hear that they actually planned it?
Maybe no one.
Like, making shit up.
Like, what if no one actually fucking cared about her? That'd be sad. Because, like, how do you go to work on Monday and not notice somebody not moving the whole day?
You
I
must
mean-
have also lived. She had to have lived alone.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, but still, if you go to fucking a job and there's an employee who doesn't move the whole day, you're not gonna be like, hey, you okay? Like, what's up?
No one was like, "Hey, what's up?"
You know what I mean?
They're like, it was also her birthday on Monday.
Oh, no
That
way.
would be so
Oh, dude.
They're like, hey, where's Kathy? Oh, Kathy, she's
She
busy.
probably did live alone, though, I would assume, right? If
I don't know. If she did, I mean,
Watch, that's literally
so
going to be
sad.
me in 30 years. They're going to be like, no one knew. They
have you talked
found
to
her.
Mallory? No.
Mallory?
Who are you talking about? Oh, you mean that one girl that used to work at Trader Joe's? No.
They're like,
Oh, you mean the
no.
one that fucking stabbed me in the back? That bitch? Yeah, she did.
Oh, shit.
oh dang,
No.
hot take.
You
Hot
guys,
take.
I'd like to address the recent controversy.
Mallory
girl
and I
status.
have issues.
We have gone our separate ways.
And you do the whole breathing thing where you sit down and you're like,
Yeah. No, you walk in. You walk in.
Yeah.
Hello. I'd like to address really quick the recent controversy. You have to cry.
dude, I should clip that and put the beginning of the podcast. Like that shit play. Right?
Everyone obviously knows what's been going on, and I'd like to just address it because Earl's a bad guy.
Wow.
Earl sucks, is what I'm saying. And I knew this. I should have known. I blame myself. It is awkward when you're both like, if you do see someone naked, and then it's like, do you address it? Does it need to just let it lie?
'Cause, like,
Don't say anything.
True.
I would still be their friend, but I would feel like it'd be really awkward for a while. Right? What do you think, Michael?
Honestly, if I saw if I saw a close friend of mine,
Like you're not sexual with them. You don't want to be with
Oh,
them.
yeah,
You just like you happen to go over one day and like, hey, I'm gonna be in the shower. Just come on inside. But the timing is weird, and you walk in and they're like naked or something.
if I saw that, I would be like, it would be awkward
Right.
for but
Yeah.
like a brief moment, like a very brief moment.
Like I wouldn't like not be their friend, but it'd still be awkward for me for a while.
I mean, I'm an adult, and I have 2 degrees, so I probably wouldn't care. I'm just kidding.
Oh, look at her, means I have 2 degrees.
I don't really care because of how mature I am, because I'm an adult. I could probably handle that pretty fine.
I have a 2-year degree. I'm pretty up there with you. You know, I'm pretty up
a
there.
2-year or 2? 2 degrees?
No, I have.
Oh, it was 2-year. Mine was 2. Mine was 2 degrees. Okay.
I have a.
I went to college.
There we go. I went to college just as you
I
did.
graduated from the School of Hard Knocks.
Oh shit, for real?
Wow.
I grew up in Stone Oak. So you
Wow.
better watch out.
I forgot that you're like an icon. My
I
bad.
know. Preppy, icon.
She's an icon, and
things.
it's kind of awkward because she's famous and like.
I know.
I
And I
know.
hate it because, like, it's uncomfortable for people when everyone's, like, doting on me and coming up to me and, like, being like, you're so awesome, I love you. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, I
like,
read the page 6 article on you, and it was just
Fuck was that? You like everybody loves you. You know what I mean? Like,
me.
I don't know what you mean. I'm not.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe
Guys, this wind is really... Can't light these fucking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I couldn't be famous honestly because I know I would say something stupid that would get me in trouble. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, cause like I use this example, but say like I was like, oh, did you hear what so and so did? They're fucking stupid. I don't like them. And they're gonna be like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
because you know how it is nowadays. Like, if a famous person says something about another famous
Oh,
person,
they're real quick to cancel people.
yeah.
Earl's gonna get us canceled. If it's anyone, it's that guy right there.
To
He's
be
shouting out things left and right. Amanda Knox did it. I don't have evidence. The chemtrails. What are you
the
talking
evidence.
about?
To be
It's all
completely
evidence.
honest with you, I would be the one that would. Yeah, I would honestly, because I don't have a filter, and I'm
okay.
very blunt, and sometimes I
I
forget.
mean, that has a filter on there.
This does. No, but like,
You have a filter?
yeah. Michael doesn't have a filter. He's all out.
hanging out at the nude beach.
I wonder how many times at a nude beach someone has been caught masturbating.
I mean, I would say
You know
it
what
has
I
to be
mean?
a common thing.
It would have to be a problem, I would think.
Because I mean, it would be it would be hard
someone
if you go to the beach nude and you see someone else and you're not.
Because I'm a child, I would
excited.
laugh. If I saw someone beat off in public, I would laugh. I'd be weirded out, but I'd be like, what the fuck? Like in the car, oh.
Oh, there goes Johnny. It's 5 o'clock.
Because there's got to be someone who's like a sick pervert that goes there just to beat off.
Probably.
Like, look at all these women with their titties.
Earl, we just talked about getting canceled. Jesus.
But there's always that one person in a crowd who's like a fucking sick pervert. Especially people that I used to work with. Oh my God.
What?
Super
Sorry.
perverted.
And here we have Michael, who used to work with.
But he's
Yeah.
not. Well, okay, I'll say this.
Not this guy.
I'll say this. You're perverted in a way, but you're also not like disrespectful in public like these people were. Does that make sense?
I'll say this about. So you're not exactly a pervert.
You're on the line.
It's
No.
not quite.
What I'm
like
getting at
pervert.
is you're a pervert, but you don't in public stare at people and say things like these people would. Like they would. I'd be working on the floor. Look, they're looking at people saying, "Ooh, I'd fuck that." I'm like, dude, they hurt.
Oh, I would hear that all the time.
She would
and I'm
probably
like,
hear that, and that's
no.
fucking. You're
You're a
married.
good pervert. It's okay.
They would always do that shit. I was like,
You're
dude,
one of
this
the
is
good
weird.
ones.
Want to let y'all know? This is
Michael's a
sponsored
good
by BetterHelp.
one.
And now our sponsor, BetterHelp.
Could you imagine getting sponsored by BetterHelp? You're like, I'll be honest with you, BetterHelp is a lot of shit.
I'll be honest with you. It's not great.
It made me worse.
It's better than nothing.
I was about to say someone committed suicide, but wait, they're still alive. How they commit suicide? Who would you
Our
want to be?
sponsor, BetterHelp. Because everyone gets sad.
Everybody's depressed.
That would be a good slogan for everybody. Get sad. Who
Are
would
you
want to be
sad
sponsored?
right now? Me too.
Let's-
That's why I use BetterHelp.
You know what? What is it? Someone should. You know that thing where you can kill yourself? It's like a chamber or something.
The roller coaster?
I don't know what it's called, but you get in this thing and you can.
The suicide coaster?
I guess is what it's called.
Wait, there's a literal suicide coaster?
Yeah, it's not like an actual thing that exists,
Oh, okay.
but it's like a
There's a thing too
Thing
where like you can.
online.
It's like a tank or something you get into and you like slowly. I guess I don't know what they do.
because the roller coaster is supposed to whip your brains around or something.
Dude, okay, so
Is it
but
just
it's
whipping
supposed-
and not nay
It's supposed to be harmless. It's supposed to be you go on the coaster and then when it's over you're dead.
oh,
but it's like but it's like nice. It's like a fun little.
because their slogan
Fun
should
little
be.
goodbye.
It's like harmless.
Their slogan should be
nice.
"Let's die together." Let's die together. You want to die?
Everyone's
Let's die
like,
together. You're like, it's coming. I can feel my brain.
Like I think my brains are scrambling.
It's scrambled eggs.
Who would
up
you
there.
want to be sponsored by?
Do you want to ride our new ride called Scrambled Eggs, Scrambled Brains?
This is
Enjoy.
sponsored by. This podcast is sponsored by death.
No reviews online.
No one has
No
made it
one's
that far.
left a review for some reason.
They have
We
a lot of
haven't had enough
customers.
people to live long enough to make a review.
Who would you want to be sponsored by? The Bible?
Sponsored by Jesus.
He
Well-
can touch me anytime.
Let him come inside you.
He touches me like no other man.
Can you imagine? I'm sure that I guarantee there's some fucking Christian podcast who's like, this video is sponsored by God. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
There is some
Sponsored-
Christian songs that do talk about Jesus touching you, like
No
no one
way.
else. Yeah,
Yes.
But that's like spiritually, not physically, right?
I mean,
It's
To
open
each
to
their own.
interpretation.
to each their own.
You know what?
I mean, I play that sometimes.
There's a
'cause,
lot
you
of
know,
like
gets you in the
religious
mood.
things that are actually, and they put a lot of kid stuff, but it's so perverted, and they like sneak it in, thinking people won't notice.
You know what I just sing as a Mormon girl? Follow the prophet. It's literally like that. It's like literal brainwash song.
I just learned about that one about a couple weeks ago.
This is
'cause,
the lines. It's like, follow the prophet. Follow the prophet.
gonna bust open some
follow
snacks.
the prophet. Don't go astray. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet. Follow the prophet. He knows the way. Always he.
See, when I first heard it, I was like, wait, how are you following? Are they not taking a left or right? Are they not turning anywhere?
Choose the right. That's the thing. I had a CTR ring for choose the right.
Look, I did not do the purity ring thing because I thought that was stupid. But,
Michael. That's good.
But people did do that stuff, and I was like, oh, you have a purity ring? Oh. So
That was me. I was like, choose the right guys. Who wants a free Book of Mormon?
What is a purity ring? I've never had to wear one.
it's like those different religions do it. It's a class where they teach you about amnesty. Wait until you're married.
Oh, I know. I was just looking. I have sunglasses. I couldn't tell, but I thought it was darker than it is. But I guess it's a little cloudy. I don't think it's gonna rain.
Okay, if we feel a sprinkle, we can.
If it
Ooh,
rains,
sprinkle.
do a podcast in rain.
My efforts to not get your equipment wet.
Which
Right.
I appreciate.
Stressed me out.
Which I appreciate.
It did, and I was like,
I appreciate it.
he's all sitting here all chill. He's like, oh, it's fine. I'm like,
in a panic.
yeah.
This is.
Well, you have anxiety pretty high, right? Levels of anxiety.
Oh yeah.
No.
I mean,
No.
you gotta.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was raised
Oh yeah.
Mormon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You made me anxiety level Mormon.
My normal level
Side
of
effects might include.
anxiety is a level of pure psychotic break, but I experience it so often I can just handle it.
And your side effects might include.
Dude,
Sometimes I go.
something's got to be done about that Mormon shit,
Every
man.
now and then I've earned a mental
You can't do
breakdown.
anything. You know what
Oh,
I'm
of course you can't. No.
You
Not
can't
for
do
the-
anything with religion, but like it's so bad how bad it affects people.
Well, I mean, and I think
Yeah.
it's funny that the country is founded on freedom of religion. You can choose what you want,
Not
but
anymore.
there's people who don't like that idea. You know.
They think it means freedom to be Christian and shove it down It's like if you're
Yeah.
not
Oh.
okay with people saying a Muslim prayer in your school,
Thank you.
then
Yeah.
you're not. It's not
See-
freedom of religion. It's
Yeah.
you're trying to. It's Christianity.
It's like, well,
Oh, yeah,
when I was a
Christian.
Christian, I remember some Christians believe that Jehovah's Witnesses were going to burn in hell because they weren't saved. I'm like, but they believe in the same
Well-
God you do.
Well,
pretty
witnesses
much.
only believe only 120.
44,000.
Yeah, 144,000 are only going to heaven anyway. So technically, by
Someone-
their
Even
own
they're not all
standards,
going.
their own standards, they're already waking. They're
But like,
making
it's
their way
weird.
down
Like
there.
someone,
They're like, we're at 143,999 members,
We only need
and
to have
all these 5 want to get baptized. What do we do? Sophie's choice.
time to draw some sticks and odd man out.
They're like, both of my children want to be baptized, and there's only one slot left.
See, but at least for the witnesses, they don't have to wear garments. They don't have to wear garments when they're getting baptized.
Garments don't get me fucking started.
You gotta wear
Did
garments?
you actually go that far?
I
You have to
didn't.
wear garments?
I never had garments.
Oh, thank God.
fucking God.
Thank
And
God.
it was like staring down the barrel of a
Thank-
gun, man. I was
thank
like, one day I'm
fucking
gonna
God.
have to wear that shit under everything.
That's nuts.
It's,
all
it's
the
an all-white
time.
garment for the Mormons. All white.
That's crazy. That you have to wear
they
that
have little
shit.
symbols on them. Did you know that?
Yes.
They have a little L, and they have like a little cut, and then right above the knee.
Oh, yeah.
L for loser.
No, ladder.
I had to say that. Loser.
Loser.
I just had to say that. It's stupid, but that's crazy. You have to wear garments when you get baptized.
For Mormons, yes.
Not when you get baptized, when you get your endowments out.
Oh,
so
endowments,
Oh.
yes. Endowments.
It's kind of complicated. So you don't get your endowments until you either serve a mission or get married. So most people do that in their early 20s. So around your early 20s, you'll get your endowments. I never made it that far because I left at 21.
Because you done fucked up.
Because I done fucked them. They were like, get out.
Get out.
At least you got out before then.
Luckily, I didn't get kicked out of BYU. That was a close call.
Dang.
Close call.
I was in my senior year, and I was like, I left the Mormon church. And my roommates were just like, didn't care and didn't tell anyone, but they could have fucked my shit up.
Oh.
I just have
I've
really
heard
good
BYU is
roommates.
like real like
A
strict
lot
on
of people
things.
will tell on you. They're like, honor code? My friend was in her boyfriend's apartment after midnight. And it's like, they're 25.
It's okay.
We were in college. We're like, he's 30.
I
He's
did go.
30.
I don't blame you because I went to a Christian college here in town and
Hell
similar
yeah.
things.
I didn't
But
know
it
that.
was 10 o'clock. It was just 10 o'clock.
I never told on anyone. That was not my jam. Even when
same.
I was super religious, I was like, that's their own. I'm not dealing with
You do
their
you.
own shit. That's
Yeah.
not on me, dude.
Oh yeah.
But
Honestly, back in the day when I was religious, I would have fucking been. I would have been a
you been a
tattletale.
little tattletale, you little rat.
That would have been me.
Snitches get stitches.
I was super into God, and if you didn't do the right thing, I was like, "Hey, it's personal over here." I don't know.
What always got me.
He took a second plate. Let me in the sin.
He had a girl over last night, and they slept in the same bed, and they weren't married.
They literally had a hug that lasted for over 30 seconds. And I just had to tell somebody because I saw it and I saw the devil in there.
I
That
smelled
hug
it.
got
It was
me-
basically a threesome with the devil. I saw it with my own eyes.
I smelled it in the air. Yeah, I got a
believe
little
it.
excited. I may have got a boner, but that's not the point.
Did you know Mormons are supposed to have threesomes? It's actually required.
I heard that.
They said that the Holy Ghost needs to be involved in your sex
That's
life.
why they created a missionary.